Yeah, that's perfect, John. Yep, sounds good. All right, we'll get right back to you.
Who's that?
What's up, man? It was my client, John, that cash buyer. He's super excited, he's ready to go. But honestly, he thinks it's gonna be a cakewalk, and in my experience, it's just not always like that with cash buyers.
Ain't that the truth? You gotta still consider a whole bunch of things. Insurance, inspection times, surveys.
Right, and he wants to make a quick offer. He wants to have a quick close. Of course, he wants to be in an HOA community. We know how those go.
Don't even talk about the approval times that HOAs take sometimes too. Cash buyer though, the biggest advantage for him, we can write a net transaction. Down here, we know in Florida, property taxes are calculated based off of your purchase price. So if we can reduce that purchase price, especially on a $2.2 million transaction by 130 grand, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, he's just not really grasping the urgency of it. I mean, as soon as we go into contract, we need to get the insurance in line.
No, absolutely. So look, if it's a cash deal, we have to be able to get our insurance either under an insurance contingency at the end of the day, or we've got to make sure that our inspection period gives us enough time to not only get the inspection back, but get it to the insurance underwriters. Last thing we want to have happen is your client buy a $2 million home that then they've got $40,000 insurance on because underwriting is just all over the place in South Florida with the different hurricanes. Did you talk about the inspection period with him? Where you at?
Yeah, we did. He knows he wants to be as short as possible. There's work to be done on the house. So, the inspection can go here or there, but we need to do our due diligence as always.
It's super important that you guys get a long enough inspection period that you can cover all these things, but also things like a survey because you don't have a lender requiring those at the end of the day. And you could take it one of two ways. Make sure you explain to him. We either write a super clean offer with no extra contingencies, but a little bit longer of an inspection period, or we write a super short inspection period with an insurance contingency, a survey contingency, or whatnot. So really give him the options.
Exactly.
Have you guys talked about the taxes on the property at all?
I mean, he knows there's going to be property taxes, of course, but I don't know if he's ready for the brunt of it. And he also has an idea about how they are treated in terms of collected in advance, but he's just not super familiar with the process.
One of the biggest things I always like to remember with our cash buyers is we can move numbers around a little bit, and it's especially important with property taxes down here because they're based off of your purchase price. So a cash buyer should only really pay property taxes on real property. Our commissions, let's say a $2.2 million deal, a little over $130,000, you take that out, now you're buying a property just over 2 million rather than 2.2, and you're immediately probably saving $3,000 to $4,000 a year. Is the client gonna buy in an HOA community or are they buying just a house on its own?
Yeah, he definitely wants to be in an HOA community and we're getting all of our documents in line.
Definitely get those documents with all the new rules down here in Florida, because the last thing you wanna do is have your client get hit with a major assessment 2 to 3 years down the road that they were never expecting.
But he has this really particular request about a gate.
It's funny you talk about the gates and him not understanding the fees, because I think I remember now you said this guy hates an electronic gate and only wants a manned gate at the end of the day.
He either wants a manned gate or no gate, definitely not an electronic gate.
So there's your fees right there. The biggest cost besides insurance for HOA communities down here is staff. Just make sure before you write this offer up and everything, you really talk to John. Make sure he understands while cash is king, there's still nuances. We've got to have an inspection period that's long enough to be able to get back a survey, be able to look at insurance quotes. We got to be able to look at what the financials actually look at in the HOA and make sure they're not going to get hit with some big assessment. We really want to look at how the transaction is done and where can we save our clients some extra money in perpetuity on taxes. You know I love working with our out-of-town referrals, but it's really important, and that's where our job comes in, to be the best advisors and make sure they're understanding the nuances to doing a real estate transaction down here rather than up north where they're used to.
Yeah, this is perfect. This is exactly what I needed to reframe the discussion and get this deal done.
Perfect. If you're looking to move to South Florida,
hit up the Aronson Group powered by Sirhan.
Subscribe for truth, not tropes.